Hello guys and gals, me Mudahar, and I am angry. Oh, meg hatse pagalugyo. Ladies and gentlemen, if I despise something, it's when an influencer uses their position to basically influence a lot of younger individuals in their audience and potentially get them to lose their money, okay? I feel like when you have a lot of followers and subscribers, that you should probably not tweet things out that could potentially screw someone over financially, right? Now, I'm not here to explicitly state that anybody mentioned in this video or any group in this video is necessarily a scam or a deceptive practice or an organization performing deceptive deeds. What we're about to see here will look very circumstantial, okay? But in my opinion, I am looking at something that I feel is the dots are connecting too goddamn well. Now, in this situation, this is a token called Save the Kids. If you don't know what a token is, welcome to the world of crypto, okay? Where pump and dumps happen on an hourly basis. So this is the Save the Kids token, on a mission to build a better world for kids. Giving a future worth living. When a kids token is traded, 1% of the 3% tax on that transaction is donated to the Binance charity wallet to help with projects that help children with the resources they need to live a long and healthy life. Blockchain verified, not English verified. Join us on our trip to the moon while helping kids around. Anytime you see trip to the moon, it's not believable. Now, because I'm in the middle of a big move right now, I really don't want to deal with any false copyright strike nonsense. I'm not in the mood for that kind of stress right now. I'm actually just going to play well within fair use screenshots of their primer video, which is well available on the actual website for anybody to go and check. And it consists of the ambassadors who are pushing this coin, notably FaZe K, FaZe Jarvis, pretty high-ranking members. If you don't know who Jarvis is, he's the person that cried when they got banned off of Fortnite for running third-party hacks, which that's going to happen. And you've also got Ricegum in this case, who is not shy from any controversy regarding shady sponsorships. We'll get to that one in a bit. Then you've got the actual tokenomics of this coin too, which I guess I'll read out real quick. A BEP20 token redistributing wealth to both hodlers and charities. 1 billion supply, 3% fees, and dollar kids. That's their ticker, kids. So you can buy some kids. That's, it just rolls off the tongue so well, right? Oh, would you look at that? Redistributing wealth and helping children out. God bless. Now, you could imagine, did these guys tweet about this to their audience? You bet! You can see that FaZe K tweeted, extremely excited to announce that I am an ambassador for a project that is coming very soon. In fact, let's go to the people that we've seen. FaZe Jarvis, it's about time! Excited to announce that Save the Kids BSC launches tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. This project is going to change lives. Be a part of this project. Join the Telegram. Yeah, so Telegram is basically where everyone here convenes to talk about this shitcoin or shit token. Let's go look at what our boy Ricegum is saying. Eyo, guys, super excited to be an ambassador for Save the Kids BSC. This is going to be one of the biggest charity tokens ever on the BSC network. Launches on June 5th at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Tap in. All right. Now, wow, they really gave their support here. Well, let's go look at what these people have been talking about. Now, if we look at a website known as Trend Maps, you can see that this tweet right here, Ricegum, Ayo, guys, the one that we just read, had apparently 5,000 likes, 5,213 likes, 235 retweets, right? You can't access that page anymore. The page I just showed you was a Google Cache version, meaning that Google cached it. Google captured these guys in 4K HDR. See, if you go hit view on Twitter, you'd be surprised to wonder, tweet has been deleted. Ha! Ha! Wow! Well, it seems like Ricegum may have deleted his tweet. What about Jarvis? Surely Jarvis wouldn't delete that tweet. FaZe Jarvis, Save the Kids token is live. Now, if you click on that, 404 not found. Well, let's go look at the Google cached version to see what Google has said. Save the Kids token is live right now. This is going to be the biggest charity coin ever. Save the Kids. Not financial advice. I'm glad he mentioned that, okay? I'm actually really glad they said not financial advice. For some reason, a lot of these people think that by saying those 3 magic words, you're totally exempt from a potentially damning lawsuit. But let me just tell you this much. Do you honestly believe when the SEC, the Security Exchange Commission, the federal government of the United States, States comes down clamping, that a judge is going to look at those 3 magic words. Oh, they said not financial advice. That's cool, guys. That's cool. It's okay. It's okay. We can't do anything. You think the SEC is going to make sure that holds weight? No, not in the slightest. When the hammer comes down, those 3 magic words are not going to save any of these coin chillers when due process comes. June 5th, 2021. Roughly the dates are matching more than they fucking should, all right? June 4th and then June 5th. Let's view on Twitter for a second. And it's been deleted. Wow. It's like after the rug has been pulled, so to speak, all these tweets magically delete themselves. Thank God for Google's cache to be capturing all of this. If you guys have any questions about Google Cache, all right, leave it up with the billionaire tech overlords that we have capturing everything in 4K. And I would argue deleted tweets is sort of that first discovery moment for considering something to be just a little dubious, a little shady. Ricegum deleting certain tweets. Would Ricegum be part of something shady? This is the same guy who made videos titled How I Got AirPods for $4, all right? You know AirPods? You know these fuckers from Apple? They cost over $100 something, $200 depending on where you live. Premium Apple headphones, all right? For $4? Okay, I've covered this video back when it came out, and I laughed at it then. Yeah, so this is the website full context mystery brand where you could stick Centenarios, Rolls Royces in these mystery boxes, and I'm sure these cars delivered, right? I'm sure there was no shenanigans, right? Like, Jesus Christ. It doesn't get more painfully obvious that this is just complete nonsense. I won both Vapor Max and the 97 Off-Whites. It just didn't show me winning it, but they hooked it up. All right, I guess. All right, I can only tolerate less than 10 seconds. Let's go to the actual meat and potatoes. So he was basically on a website where he was unboxing bullshit like this. So for instance, he unboxed these sneakers, Off-White Vulture or whatever the fuck it was, low white, and he won this apparently, right? Apparently he got this, and that's pretty much what it came down to. So he was just unboxing this shit in front of his kids' fans, right? You might be wondering, this respectable website that he was unboxing all these crazy products on, where are they now? Well, he has the link right here, Mystery Brand. Thanks, Mystery Brand, for partnering with me. Dude straight up just admitted everything. Where does Mystery Brand go to? It's fucking dead, okay? This scam that Mystery Brand was running has been fucking gone. It is dead. This was a website where Lamborghinis were opened in fucking unboxings, all right? If you have any reason to question it, you are absolutely right. You are sane. Okay, so now that we've got good old-fashioned, a line of weird, dubious behavior, let's whittle on back to good old-fashioned save the kid coins, okay? So this is a coin that tries to build a better world for kids, right? So let's go to the Tokenomics section, all right? Total supply, Save the Kids launches on June 5th, lining up with the date of all these ambassadors coming together to basically shill out this coin. Liquidity lock, transaction tax. So here they show you how there's an automatic 3% transaction tax, which is then divided to 1% back to locked liquidity, 1% back to holders, and then 1% goes to charity, right? Now, if you look at all these guys, they have basically their idea of pre-launching, so social media channels launched, the ambassadors are promoting the token. Then they launch on June 5th, 3 p.m., as we've seen before. Then 1 week listings for CMC and CoinGecko releasing new ambassadors, then 2 to 4 weeks where they're updating the roadmaps, continuing with marketing and plan and promotions. It's been a good solid 2 weeks. So 2 to 3 weeks is roughly where we're looking at in my timeline, right? Now, if you look at their actual, promoters, they have them listed right here on the website. They're not hiding it. They've got FaZe Tico, FaZe K, FaZe Rice, Ricegum, FaZe Jarvis, FaZe Nikon, and then you've got these developers, Lucas and Tam. Now, Lucas, who's the developer of this coin, has a Twitter account that you can access right here, which takes you to official, whatever. Here he types in crypto. It doesn't take fucking Mr. Magoo to realize that says June 2021 of a join date, meaning that Lucas either came out of the fucking womb developing this shitcoin, or there's no history behind this Lucas developer character. So out of this one character, get in touch with all of these massive celebrities to shill out this one coin. That's a question I think we all can have. Now, this is the Save the Kids white paper, which I guess is their quick explanation. And if you look at it, what our story? Welcome to Save the Kids. We are a token created in collaboration between influencers and crypto devs with the intention of having a positive impact on the world. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? Tokenomics. The Save the Kids token is designed to create a stable coin that appeals to both traders and holders while raising money for children across the world. So, gee, it's like the second coming of Christ, except he was a Bitcoin developer, okay? We get it, all right? We understand. What sets us apart? Ambassadors. Pumpers is what they have. We know how difficult finding legit token projects can be. It's difficult to know when something is a rug pull, and when the token developers truly want to do good. That's why we partnered with several ambassadors to give investors the social proof and confidence that we're in it for the long haul. I want you to whittle on back in your white paper and realize when hiring Ricegum, a guy that was unboxing crates from a dubious website in front of his child audience, seemed like a good fucking ambassador to bring on, okay? I'm not saying you have to be Mr. Rogers on the internet to work together, but it's probably a lot better than somebody who basically showed fake unboxings, or at least partnered unboxings. I can't even claim if they were fake or not. I mean, the website is down at this point, so who fucking knows? But these people say partnering with social media gurus and big influencers is a good sign that they're not out there committing rug pulls. Now, if it's something to notice about rug pulling, is that's exactly what fucking happens. So if you look at this graph of Save the Kids, which is their token, right? The kids token. You can see that these guys have basically gotten started on June 5th, right? Where their token was traded pretty positively and they were priced at 0.0. So basically 1 penny, 1.5 pennies, okay? Now, after literally a fucking day, they started dropping and they have lost, I shit you not, over 90% of their overall value since this coin has come out. It has not shown any sign of coming back. It is a dead coin. It has went from 1 penny to 0.001 penny. A fucking a tenth of the penny at this point. The value is gone. This is a dead coin, all right? And as you can imagine, they had a bunch of sales, and immediately as soon as the coin came out, there were so many coins being dropped into the market, it absolutely killed its value. Now, we literally read from these people that they wanted to partner with ambassadors that clearly want to give a good sign that the coin is going to be healthy or a token will be healthy. One of the members here, FaZe K, all right, just to reiterate, FaZe K over here is the kind of guy that said, hey, Cluecoin is going nuts. Another coin in this case. With the market in its current state, this is crazy. I'm going to be watching this one for a while. Rocket ship to the moon. Hashtag Cluecoin. Not financial advice. Now, if we look at Cluecoin's value, you can see that he tweeted this around May 19th. What do you think its value was May 19th, right? So this is May 20, May 21st, right? May 22nd. Whoa, Cluecoin. Wow, I guess it did go nuts for a day or two, and then it just started fucking selling off like no tomorrow. Yeah, I'm sure the people who got in on this train when he was hyping it up on the 19th must have seen their $100 that they put in jump to $200, $150, whatever. So they made money, and then they decided to hold Cluecoin because it's going to the moon, and then it just immediately drops, and these people who put money at this point are now fucking literally talking to their therapist at this point, all right? So this is how these rug pull scams kind of work, all right? I'm not saying ever that FaZe K is behind this. He's not scamming anyone specifically. All he said was it's going nuts, and I guess he wasn't wrong. But you understand the implication. When a big account tweets this shit out, there's going to be a lot of people who like it and retweet it, and there's going to be a lot of individuals who, even if this isn't financial advice, they will funnel their money into it. That is why I said at the beginning, it is a moral responsibility, okay? A fucking moral responsibility. I'm not Mr. Moral Man, okay? I'm a degenerate shitposter on the internet. It is a moral responsibility to not go out of your way to even mention this nonsense. You might make a lot of money, okay? You might make money. Hey, you might even lose money. But there are people who are literally putting their livelihoods on the line, and we can say it's their fault. Hey, you're an adult. You're responsible. But why even begin it? Why even involve our own fans in the first place? That is fucking disgusting, okay? Now, during the making of this video, I actually ratioed this tweet by pointing out how bad this graph dropped, to which the next point was the actual tweet that FaZe K made being deleted. Now, of course, you can see when it says fail to load tweet, that's a tweet that's been deleted, okay? So it's gone. That's where we've evolved to at this point. And I feel like getting rid of a tweet is only just a little bit more damning, since you really can't hide evidence when it's been cataloged this hard, not just on screenshot territory, but also on the Google Cache territories. It's a little wild seeing this. But don't worry, guys, not financial advice. That's totally going to work when the SEC clamps down, right? Now, one of the things that we have to look at in this scenario that's kind of a little more dubious is, have they been giving money to charity, right? So they've got audits, they've got charities, all of it. I'm going to go over each and every single bit of this. If you click on the charity wallet, you can actually see that these guys made a transaction on the 6th, literally a day after this coin was being sold, to the Binance charity wallet. And they made that transaction in what appears to be 25.4 million kids token, right? It's a weird fucking token name, all right? I don't know if they were memeing or whatever, but they basically transacted 25.4 million kids. Now, let's go look at the value of 25.4 million kids now. Yeah, so here we've got the pancake swap trade. So if we type in all this kid amount right now, for instance, if I open up just Kate real quick and I put the value here real fast, we can just get rid of the commas like so and copy this amount into the situation. Now it gives us 129 BNB tokens. I'm going to round that up just to like 130. Actually, I'll round it down to 129 because that's how fucking math works. So if we do 129 BNB tokens to USD, all right, which is the standard fiat currency equivalent, this translates to $45,804 as of today's conversion result. You're going to get some varying results like 39,000. Anyways, that is the money that apparently was sent over to that account. Now, here's where it gets a bit dubious in this situation, okay? So from what I'm deciphering from this actual transaction, they sent the actual kids token to that Binance charity. Now, I don't know if they've converted it to a different currency before they've done that, but the idea here is if it's transacted in the kids token, from what we've seen over here, then they've transacted it on the 6th of June, meaning that its value was closer to that 1 penny amount we saw earlier. Now, if they sent that amount in the kids token, what's really weird is that now, if you look at it, let's say right now, but of its current value, it's at 40,000, meaning that the donation amount, because of the devaluation of the currency, the donation also devalued as that currency went. Again, that's under the implication that that wasn't transferred in BNB or some sort of stable coin currency that retains its value. If it was transferred in that kids token amount and it stayed like that, that means that donation amount that initially was sent at the value of 1 penny has now lost 90% of its value. So they ended up also having an audit in this case, right? And when we open up the audit, all right, it comes from a company known as TechRate. There's nothing wrong with the company TechRate. In fact, if you want to look at what TechRate does, these are guys that basically serve as consulting groups and basically they test blockchains, right? Now, they've been probably making a fair killing on auditing all these coins. So they've audited Jaguar Swap, Kishu, Inu, Smartcoin, Moonrat, Cancel Elon, Pepe Moon, Fast Moon. They've been auditing like mofos, and their auditeds are posted for everyone to read on GitHub. So when we go back to their actual audit in this case, and let's go back to the website and open up the audit for this coin in particular, you can see that TechRate made a security audit. A security audit. I feel like most people who look at this may assume that an audit means, hey, this might be scam-proof. Maybe they're not going to take my money and rug pull me. This is not what the audit's about. It is a simple security audit. So let's go over it real quick as a community. So here they audited the project called Save the Kids. They mentioned the deployer address, which is important, OX401631B. Remember that address because it's going to be very important in the next bit. So here they've got Save the Kids team, Binance Smart Chain, and all that nonsense. Then they have a disclaimer. This is a limited report on our findings based on our analysis in accordance with good industry practice as at the date of this report in relation to cybersecurity vulnerabilities and issues in the framework and algorithms based on smart contracts, the details of which are set out in this report. In order to get a full view of our analysis, it is crucial for you to read the full report. While we have done our best in conducting our analysis and producing this report, it's important to note that you should not rely on this report and cannot claim against us on the basis of what it says or doesn't say or how we produced it. Make sure to read it in full, okay? So they also want you to conduct your own independent investigations before making any decisions. So it's a massive fucking disclaimer in this entire thing, all right? One could even read this this and probably assume, what's the point of an audit if you're disclaiming it this fucking hard? Anyways, let's get down to the idea of here. The entire purpose of the audit was to ensure that the smart contract functions as intended. So basically, the fact that they were siphoning money from each transaction, that whole tax that we discussed earlier, was actually being sent to the charity address, which they proved, or, they said that that's what they were achieving. Now, there isn't any shenanigans when it comes to the actual Binance charity wallet. According to the source code, they are sending it to a wallet address, and if you look at each transaction, it does seem to function as intended. Of course, from what I've seen, the values are 00 BNB, so as far as I understand, the value of the coin itself, or the token Save the Kids, is so low that it's not really registering as something tangible, but there are transactions being made, so there aren't any shenanigans as far as the charity aspect is considered. But then again, with the devaluing currency, how much of that charity really matters when it's been pumped and dumped this hard is the real question to be having. Identify potential security issues with the smart contract. So again, a security audit of the actual coin itself, which any coin is going to do. So what's important here is they've shown this token distribution. Now, of course, you can see that this giant blue pancake swap is basically where people are just selling off their tokens once they're done, like the liquidity, I guess, if you want to put into it in rough terms. Then you have the OX0 dead, which is the burn wallet, and then you have these wallets. So this green is the next biggest wallet after this liquidity, the burn, and whatnot. So then you go down and down and down until this is where, like, little Billy put his $30 into it from grandma that she gave him because somebody on YouTube's told them this was going to double overnight, or maybe it might double overnight. Maybe it might be headed to the moon, right? You get that? Now, looking at the audit that was actually posted onto their website, I looked at one of the top 100 token holders that they were showcasing, which was a wallet address known as OX5E96F47004C1DE. I looked into their history, and at the very first transaction ever regarding Save the Kids, they ended up receiving a lot of coins, a lot of tokens from the actual deployer address, okay? So this is the account. This is... Yeah, remember that 0x401631BD address? Yeah, the deployer. So they ended up receiving a lot of coins from that. Now, this could mean a lot of things, right? It could mean that they were just given the coins for free, but according to an update I found, they actually received these during a pre-sale. Now, according to an update that I found here, they actually mentioned that they were selling during this pre-sale to a bunch of applicants, alright? So a mix of public and private. Now, apparently, during the pre-sale, the price was around 0.006 cents per token. Now, if we looked at the maximum value where it jumped up to about a penny plus, alright, at that point, you can imagine that the more money you put in, like, say, $100,000, your pump would be worth more at the peak when you have to dump this coin. Now, you can imagine the hazy situation is when you start shilling a coin like this out, and let's say you have a sizable investment, right? Let's say you did put the $100,000 in. Somebody else could put their $100 in, which is all that they can do, and they will see an increase similar to, the percentage that you see. Although, since you put in $100,000, your winnings are obviously much more valuable, right, than the person who puts in, say, $100. They might be able to make like 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever. And let's say that they see that overnight. They might imagine, wow, it might really go to the moon. They might turn the $100 to 1,000, which is a weird gambler mentality. But what'll happen is once you've dumped your $100,000, it'll swing the direction of that value, and they'll have the $100 turn into like 40, 30 overnight. So they'll lose money, but if you've pumped it successfully, you'll gain money. In the stock market, this would be completely illegal, but because we're looking at an unregulated market, people are just able to pull this off, I guess, without impunity at this point. That is, until the federal government starts to investigate this. Now, long story short here, let's go look at some of these other accounts in the top token holder list and see how they received these coins and how they started to get dumped out into the market as soon as this whole deal began. OX380, right? So OX380 EC27, OX380 EC27, yeah. So that's the other one, 27, 11, 11, yeah, it's the same account, right? You can see that at some point, some way back, if you go all the way to 06, all right, if you go just all the way back here, you can see Save the Kids. So they ended up receiving from the deployer address, from what I assume part of a pre-sale, if you will, they've got 16.6 million tokens. And immediately, literally, 0605, an hour later, they started flooding that market to PancakeSwap and selling and selling and selling and buying Binance Peg. So BSC USD, they were selling and selling and selling and selling. And that's not the only account. Let's look at this one, OX528F3BD4. If you look into the audit that was released, this is BD4BEB. This is another account, right? BEBF2C. Yeah, this is an actual verified one from the audit. They ended up getting Save the Kids as well. So let's go look at Save the Kids. At some point, they received from the deployer address right here, 0605, 13.5 million Save the Kid coins. So immediately, as soon as the next day, they started selling it. Well, 5-6 hours later, according to time zones, they started selling it, 347,000. And then they started selling it more and more. And they were doing a bunch of other coins, but you can see, here's another transaction. They were just flooding the market with Save the Kid coins. Now, of course, as you all can imagine, when you actually have millions of tokens out in the market that are now being flooded like this, and this isn't the only account we saw. You can literally look at the top accounts and you can see a pattern of these people receiving coins from the deployer address, and literally as soon as the actual token launches, they start flooding and selling off these tokens en masse. Now, they claim to have anti-whaling, anti-bot protections, and while that's true, it seems like it's true given how the transaction history lines up. You can have all the protections in the world, but when you have two groups of people, right? One group, part of a presale who have millions of tokens versus another group, who's being goaded in by influencers who are buying hundreds of tokens, maybe a maximum of thousands of tokens. There is no conceivable way for that group to combat against the dumpers in this case, right? And even if you don't want to argue that it's coordinated, and sure, there's a lot of it can be circumstantial, right? You can't say it just happened, it's coincidental. The fact of the matter is, when you have so many coins flooding the market, hundreds of thousands, millions every transactions, right? This will inadvertently affect the price. The price will start to drop. There's just no way the average Joe will ever combat that, and there's no way to expect to combat that. So once these kind of dumps start happening, once this flooding occurs, the coin is headed towards absolute rock bottom. So here they said the most important thing to state here is that ambassadors who Save the Kids are not paid by us and are not given any tokens for free. They don't delete tweets and then dump their tokens as claimed in their Telegram. As ambassadors were never given any tokens, any of our ambassadors are involved in our projects because they bought into and believe in our mission. So again, in this chicanery, nowhere have they said that they're giving money, but they also haven't said the ambassadors couldn't take part in the fucking pre-sale that we've been talking about for the past 10 minutes. That could have been a thing. That could have been the chicanery. Anyways, there is a mystery of one ambassador deleting a tweet and another ambassador untweeting a tweet that involved kids, and that can be explained as a cross-cryptocurrency affair. On the day we launched, there was a push from the celebrities' marketing teams to pull back on the cryptocurrency promoting to not lose fans due to fans possibly losing money. That possibility turned out to be as real as the Big Fucking Bang, didn't it? This took place on the day of the launch and caused our largest ambassador to be forced to remove a tweet promoting us. This was not due to any issue between the Kits team and the specific ambassador, but a conflict between the ambassador and the marketing team. So at this point, let's go to the Telegram and see who this other ambassador was. So Summer Rae, for those of you who don't know, is a YouTuber, and her content I find is so milquetoast that I couldn't give you a description of it. So if you want to Google it, you can. So on the 6th month, so June, right? 5th June, they started saying our 5th ambassador, this is an administrator account, admin marketing. This is their flair. Our 5th ambassador is the beautiful and amazing Summer Rae with over 25 million followers. Check out her story on Instagram here. Let's check out her story, I guess. Open that up. I just want to say, if Summer Rae and her team ever copyright claim this video, this is well within fair use, okay? I will gladly fucking go to court. You do not want to go under discovery if this shit ever goes to trial, all right? This is already shady stuff. I guess I might just have to mention it because you have to hold your ground on YouTube because there are people who are willing to abuse the DMCA system. Now, of course, Summer Rae, who will be next? Let's go, Summer Rae, let's go! And then eventually, literally, 4 days later, is Summer Rae and FaZe really apart? Summer Rae, no. So, yeah, apparently she might have been the one person that had to dodge out of it and leave just because this seemed pretty fucking shady. Summer Rae's team must have come out and told her, yeah, girl, this seems pretty shady. Delete your Instagram story. Otherwise, we might face a lawsuit, and that wouldn't be kosher.
Summer Rae was initially involved and put out a tweet. Unfortunately, her management team is skeptical on cryptos and so had her remove it. They're working through that right now, and so maybe we'll see positive things, maybe we won't, but that's where we're at with that. I will say that if you've seen the chat in here and you're only thinking about investing or not because of Summer Rae, then your eyes haven't been open. But that's just me. So you do you, brother.
You do you, brother. Not financial advice. That's the lead moderator? Wow, it seems like it understands why they have so many ambassadors to goad these fucking innocent children into signing on and giving money to a coin that obviously didn't go anywhere, right? Pretty wild and out there. So at this point, one of the trial moderators ended up coming out and saying voice chat recap, so they had a whole chat. FaZe, Lucas, had a meeting with FaZe member at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. They have confirmed that issues with management is still ongoing. The FaZe members are disappointed that they are keen on the project. As they are keen on the project, FaZe is a massive esports brand, so it may take a little longer to resolve. Whilst they are sorting this out with their management team, the member has agreed with Lucas on getting another influencer he knows on board who is not bound to any contract or management issues. Yeah, no shit, FaZe Clan, one of the largest esports organizations, probably clamped down and said, listen guys, you probably shouldn't be fucking doing this. But shit happens, right? Summer Rae has a very difficult manager who is very difficult to converse with, and her manager basically controls all her publications. Yeah, no shit, so she doesn't make posts like this and potentially open herself up to legal fuck-ups. Ambassadors brought in at the same time as everyone else and were not paid. Again, they haven't mentioned if they weren't part of the pre-sale anyway, so it doesn't fucking matter if they weren't paid now, was it? AMA recaps. We are all in the pinned messages and can be viewed again by all those that missed it. We refrain people from asking a question repeatedly, blah, 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 whatever. Now, CoffeeZilla ended up giving me these screenshots, but he said at this point, this is from the actual administrator account, we got confirmation from our ambassadors that they would not sell anything and simply brought pre-sale to support the project. So apparently they're confirming that some of them did buy the pre-sale. Some ambassadors, right? Some of our ambassadors brought and have yet to sell anything, right? The code worked as expected. The big drop was caused by panic selling from an ambassador's tweet being deleted due to management issues on their side. So again, they're putting a lot of blame on the FaZe Clan people, Ricegum, and everyone who is ambassadoring for this project. Once the ambassador starts to shill this week, that's the trial moderator we just saw, you don't think their millionaire friends will not invest either? You're crazy to sell right now. Do you fucking see the seething bullshit? They're not even fucking hiding it! The trial moderator just went out and went, you don't think their millionaire friends won't help pump this shit up? Get the fuck out of here. So this takes us to Lucas, where one of the trial moderators who said Lucas is a dev that was contracted till the 14th June 21st to write 2021 to write and set the foundation for the coin. Lucas chose to stay on to work on this project on his own accord while others left, and he is not the owner of the coin. Recently, the owner of the coin is not responding to Lucas's calls, messages, and this is where a majority of our funding comes from. They put us in a tricky situation as it looks as if the owners have disappeared and have placed Lucas as the person to blame. You know the guy on Twitter that we saw at the very beginning of this video that just made his account on the month of this actual token launching, and their entire tweets consist of either retweeting people talking about this token or mentioning this token? Yeah, that person who totally seemed legitimate to begin with, I guess. Now, I'm sorry for their guerrilla style videography over here, but this is something that me and my good friend Barely Sociable ended up looking into together one night, and this is a soft link towards some of the members who are in this token as ambassadors, and other individuals whose name you haven't even seen so far. So let's actually go to their website over here. So this is the actual website right now, and of course we're going to refresh it a few times just to sort of show you that it is the in fact website. So this is savethekids.io. Now on the top left, as you can imagine over here, you can see next to their logo they have their Telegram link, they have their Twitter, and they have their Reddit account. So if you go to the Reddit over here, which takes you to Save the Kids BSC, all right, you can actually see this is the official Reddit account, right? That's got about 159 members, no real problem. However, if you go to the bottom over here where you see the moderator list, and you can see this when you've signed into Reddit, you can actually see the moderators of Save the Kids, and Reddit's being a little bit slow, so give it a second. Now, according to this entire list, you can see that they've got 5 users, right? So 5 moderators. Now, the oldest moderator is 27 days ago by a user named EgoSlice. So you've got everything over here, all that that good stuff. Now, if you go to Ego Slice for a second, you can see that Ego Slice's post history starts talking about Boxer Inu. You can see kids merch is now live on our website. So this is all posted by that Ego Slice user. Now, at this point, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of Ego Slice's post history, things start to become a little odd. So here you've got r/Sam Pepper, where Ego Slice constantly gets into. If you have no idea who Sam Pepper is a Twitter account, a massive, used to be massive YouTube personality before a whole crap ton of scandals came in. Now he's doing TikTok, which everyone does TikTok these days, I guess. Everyone can trend there, even fetuses. But if you go down into this list, you can see that Sam Pepper doesn't stop tweeting about cryptocurrencies at all. So he talks about CryptoPunk. In fact, what's even weirder is he talks about altcoin pre-sales, not financial advice. This guy's sort of like the poster child for the hashtag not financial advice. I really can't imagine that holding up in court, by the way. I've noticed said that like 5-6 times during the video, but it's a bit hilarious. I told you to get in at launch price. I told you to get in at 2 million market cap. I told you at 5 million again. Now Boxer Inu Finance is at 10 million, right? And if you go back to the beginning of the post history, it's kind of odd that Ego Slice, which, again, totally circumstantial here, commented on Boxer Inu as well. So just really weird, right? It's been trending number 2 on DexTools. It's legit easy. So yeah, it's kind of odd. But going back to where the causal link is, you can see right here, updated link, live duckling hatching 24-hour stream. So if you click on that, you can see that this takes you to a YouTube link, right? And the YouTube video will be taken down. It's not available. But this is run by a channel called TBC with like 523,000 subscribers. So not a small channel. But if you click on TBC, they've got no content. Videos are not, so everything seems like it's privated, right? So if you go to the Instagram, Twitter, it takes you to another person. But before we even do that, if you click on the community tab, this is a weird breadcrumb trail. I started a new channel, so I have problems with this one. Watch the video and subscribe. Love you guys. Flirting with FaZe K to see how FaZe Jarvis reacts. My crush. Now, it doesn't take Nostradamus to go back into this video and realize, wow, those are also 2 ambassadors in the situation. So this link, and remember, this is a 2-year-old post, right, from the actual Reddit. So right here, 2 years ago, this was an actual post. So there's kind of a weird link. Of course, it's a soft link, you know, nothing that's damning silver bullets, the smoking gun style perspective, so many people would like to think. But there's a lot of Sam Pepper posts. You've got Ice Poseidon mentioned over here, Sam Pepper, and eventually this account goes from a Sam Stan account, like live stream fails account right here, all the way, all right, to a good old-fashioned Save the Kids BSC account. So I don't know. You know, there's no way to ever really indicate who owns the account, but it's just really odd that this link even had to occur, and it was worth mentioning just for the sake of just for the sake of documenting everything. So that being said, we're gonna get out of this guerrilla style videography, all right, and go back to something a bit more professional and read the last Telegram post from the moderators over on Save the Kids. So let's head on back. So obviously it's been a rough time for all of us here, no matter what you believe, what you understand, or what you can wrap your head around. The fact is, a lot of us are down a tremendous amount of the token, and it's not only unfortunate, but it's just sad. On a personal level, it's a good reminder that if something looks like a fish and smells like a fish, and you spend a lot of time trying to figure out who's in charge, then you may be better off finding other tokens to invest in. Okay, so this is where I've had enough. All right, so I'm going to leave it where it is. There's no way that you can say outright that the influencers were scamming, all right? There's no way to 100% prove it. A lot of that is just allegation stuff. But if the influencers are innocent, that means they have also been holding on to bags. The only way the influencers can prove their innocence, if they bought during a presale, if they have the presale coin, right? If they attach their names to this, which is already dumb as fuck, by the way, all right? You do not attach your name to something like this unless you vet it. I have spent like 30 minutes just vetting this myself and have come to the conclusion that this is something that is wholly fucking unreliable. It is using Save the Kids in order to create this weird token that is so obviously pump and dump that anybody, all right, even with the worst eyesight, could have seen this fucking coming. So how is it that these influencers with actual marketing teams, actual teams themselves, didn't come to this conclusion? And it seems like, to an extent, some of them did, where they had to start deleting tweets. Now, I have to understand that if you were deleting tweets, the only way that these influencers, if they had bought it, was to show that they also have bagged, like, they also have worthless tokens right now, because they didn't sell off as well. They believe believed in the token, right? They weren't a part of the pump and dump. And the other reality is, if these influencers got into this train, I think it's a moral responsibility to at least state that, yeah, this happened, guys. We're sorry that we publicized this. Instead of deleting the tweets, scorched earth delete, and moving on like nothing happened. Because at the end of the day, using a charity like this, like Saving the Kids, and then using it, in this case, the people behind this coin, not the influencers, the people behind this coin, at least from what it appears to be, running a standard pump and dump, is not only disgusting, but it actually makes me sick to my fucking stomach. And the other thing is, the people that have invested money into this coin because of their favorite influencer, who have now lost their initial investment, and who knows what's going on with their life? Who fucking cares? Ladies and gentlemen, this is all I really have to say. This shit makes me sad. This video is going to be long as fuck. I'm going to have to find a way to properly whittle it down, but if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. I am out.